Hello Terraria enthusiasts, my name is James and today I wanted to give you guys some fun and simple ways to troll your friends in Terraria. Now before we get into today's video, I just wanted to say that it's my personal belief that if you're destroying people's worlds, you're being mean to them, you're making them upset, that's not really trolling, that's just kind of being mean. So I wanted to make some fun and simple trolls that don't rely on killing players, it doesn't rely on destroying worlds, all of which can be reversed and are actually just quite fun. I think you'll like them when you see them. So, with that out of the way, let's look at some of these trolls. So the first one is without a doubt the most simplest thing you can do if you want to have a little bit of a laugh with a friend. All you have to do is purchase an ice rod, and you can use this in a variety of scenarios. Like this one is just, it's so easy to do. Say for example, a player is coming out of a house, you can throw down your ice rod in front of the door, and bam, they can't get out. Well, it all depends on where they're standing, but usually they can't get out. Or say, for example, they're going to make a really important jump. You can put an ice block there, just be careful. Make sure they don't get killed though, this is all about having fun. But the ice rod is without a doubt the most simplest thing you can do if you want to get into, you know, pranking your friends a little bit. The inspiration for this one actually came from a friend I have in real life, and whenever we would play Terraria together, I would always see him trying to pull this one on me. And the funniest thing is, after a while, you can start looking out for it and avoiding it, and that always became even funnier because I was always trying to, you know, one-up him with my positioning so that he could never ice rod me out of the way. I always really liked this one. So this next one is actually part of the 1.3.1 update, so I'm sorry console players, you may not have this one for a little while. So if you actually have access to the announcement boxes, you can do some really cool things. Say for example you set up a sensor so that when the player flies over, you could have it read, "Tonight's going to be a terrible night." But if you get a little bit more clever with it, you can set up a sensor, a nighttime sensor, you can set up an announcement box, you can also set up a boss music box, so that when it turns nighttime, it says, I don't know, the twins have summoned, and then you'll hear the twins' music. So the player will be like, oh my god, what is happening? But in reality, there will be no boss. And that's why this one is kind of fun. So it doesn't really kill the player, it doesn't damage the world, but it will confuse them for a few seconds, but they will realize when the music kind of, you know, cuts out. It's a good one. So this next one is actually really simple once again, and you can actually pick your own ending. You can have it, you know, result in some kind of hilarious moment, or you can have it be really nice and give a player lots of stuff. So all you have to do for this one is to place a teleporter in somebody's Hellevator. So I don't know about you guys, but when I dig a Hellevator, it's always 2 blocks wide. So what you can do is you can go onto your friend's world, place a teleporter halfway down, link it up to another pad, and then if they go down, they hit the teleporter not expecting it, you can take them to a little room that says, hey, you're awesome, here, have a Terra Blade. Or you can have it teleport to the, you know, just to the top of the house. Once again, this doesn't kill the player, and it doesn't really inconvenience them, and it will actually make them laugh, because this will definitely catch players off guard. If they've fallen down a Hellevator, you know, 100 times, that 101 time, it will get them. They won't expect it. So this final one is a little bit more complicated, but it's 100% worth it, and once again won't kill the player or really damage the world. So what you want to do is you want to line up the position of their house door up to a door in the sky. It's kind of hard to explain, so I'll do a little demonstration flying up from the outer door to the upper door. And then what you need to do is you need to open the upper door and stack a bunch of sand on top of that door. So then what you need to do is you need to hook up a sensor so that when the player flies over, it will activate the door for a split second, dropping about 2 to 3 blocks of sand down. So what you can do is you can have it so when they're flying into their house from the left, it will drop some sand down on the right, and then when they go to leave out the right, there'll be some random blocks of sand. And because they probably won't realize where it's come from, they'll destroy it, they'll go about their day, and then what you can do is, you can just do it again. So the cool thing about this one is, because it will only drop 2 to 3 blocks of sand at a time, you can put 30 blocks of sand on top of this door, and it will work, you know, 10 times, or you can just have it work the once. I find that this one is hilarious because they will genuinely be confused. They will not know how the sand got there. They'll probably blame you, of course. But, you know, it's that door in the sky. Right, so that's going to do it for today's Terraria trolls. Once again, I just wanted to give some trolls that don't rely on destroying worlds or killing players or setting them up. I'm just not into that. I just want some fun good moments. So try these out and tell me if your friends react in a good way. I'd really like to know. So if you're not done binge watching Terraria videos yet, I actually made this video on the top 5 things you must build in your Terraria world. This is really great for those waiting for the next update and have no idea what to do. This video will give you a few building inspirations so that you can start working on your world again. And if that doesn't sound like your thing, how about this one? This is my top 5 changes to Terraria since launch. It should give you a pretty good history lesson on Terraria if you're really into going into the backstory of what the updates have done and how it's affected the game. Now, if you're new around here, make sure to click that subscribe button. By subscribing to Chippy Gaming, you're in the one-stop place for all your Terraria needs. Right, have a great day everyone, and I hope these end up in a really funny moment. See you all in the next one. Peace.